Hello everyone, it's me Nathan Saavedra, and today I am going to do another movie review. Today's movie review is going to be about Five Nights at Freddy's. So, let's get started. Disclaimer, this review will be in two parts. The first half of the video will be no spoilers, but there will be later in the video, so for people who haven't seen it yet, I'll make sure to pre-warn you so you won't get spoiled. Many of you guys don't know this, but I am a Five Nights at Freddy's fan. I've been waiting for this movie to come out ever since it was first announced, and after years and years and years and years and years of delays, it finally released. So, was it worth it? And to answer your question, yes, 100%. The story went in a completely different direction than I was expecting, which is not a bad thing because they made it in a way that keeps your attention, and I really do like what they did with it. All the actors did a great job with the characters that they were giving. Josh Hutcherson, who plays Mike, is a very engaging character, and I also really do like the chemistry between Mike and his sister Abby. It's pretty good. They actually feel like real siblings. But the ones who really stole the show are of course the animatronics. And my god, they are so much fun to watch. They have so much expression and emotion, which doesn't surprise me because the company who made the practical effects for them is Jim Henson's Creature Shop. And man, when I first heard that they were the ones working on this movie, I was so excited because these are the same people who worked with the Muppets and the people who work with the practical effects for the original 1990s live action Ninja Turtles movie, which is personally one of my favorite movies. I also want to let you guys know that even though this is a horror movie, it's more of a thriller. And for those who don't know, the difference between those two is that horror is a movie that tries to make you scared, and it's really trying to make you scared. But a thriller is a movie that focuses more on the story and have the scares as a second thought. So it's not a bad thing because it does make sense for Five Nights at Freddy's. Also, if you're not a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's or don't know much about the lore, you may think the things that happen in this movie are random, but I do think the movie does a somewhat decent job at keeping newcomers in mind. Also, please don't listen to the people who are calling this movie bad because it really isn't. Yes, the movie is not perfect, but there is a lot of good here, and I can't wait for a sequel that can improve on things. So before I head into the spoilers, my overall score of this movie is an 8.5 to a 9 out of 10. Because, once again, it's not a perfect movie, but it's a good start to a trilogy. Now, it's time to head into the spoilers. So, if you haven't seen the movie and don't want to get spoiled, I recommend you guys leave now. So, here, in the spoilers, I'm going to go over things that people had a problem with in the movie that I thought was perfectly fine. So in the middle of the movie, there's a scene where the characters and the animatronics are building a fort, and I've been seeing so many videos of people complaining about this scene. And I gotta be honest, I really love this scene. I thought the scene made sense because the kids are possessing the animatronics, so it makes sense that the animatronics, well, are acting like kids. And this is one of the only scenes that actually got a laugh out of me, specifically with the one part where Bonnie is just Yippee! Another thing I see people complain about is that the animatronics weren't scary the whole time, and I do see where they're coming from, but they're in a pretty good chunk of the movie, so I can't really complain. And the times they're actually scary or creepy completely resolves that issue for me. And what makes me laugh is that the one thing that got me scared was Balloon Boy. And the reason that makes me laugh is that in the games, he's the least scary animatronic, but here... Now, one of the arguments I do agree on is that the movie doesn't do enough to show that Golden Freddy is a completely different character than Freddy. He just appears in the movie for 1 minute, and that's it. He just disappears.
Bye, have a great time.
I think whenever we get a sequel, they should acknowledge that. Now, I want to talk about an actor that I didn't mention yet, and that is Matthew Willard as William Afton. Even though I am a little disappointed he didn't have enough screen time, times he is in the movie, he is killing that role. And man, the reveal of him in the spring Bonnie suit gave me chills. The last thing I've heard people complain about that I think is not justified at all is the spring lock scene. I've heard people saying that it should have been more gory and bloody, and I don't remember where I heard this from, but I heard someone say, "Oh, this scene was so heavily censored from the original." And in my head, I'm like, dog, what are you talking about heavily censored? Those are red cubes just flying all over the place. What are you talking? Now, me personally, I think they did an amazing job with this scene. The movie is PG-13, so they can't really show a lot of blood, but honestly, it's not a big issue. Just with the visuals and the sound design alone made this scene very impactful. Not only this scene, all the kills in the movie were great. Specifically, the bike kill. That scene caught me by surprise because I didn't expect it to go as far as it did. I just love this movie. This is one of the few movies that had me with a dumb, goofy smile all the way through. From seeing the cameos of YouTubers like Corey X Kenshin and MatPat from Game Theory, to seeing the animatronics perform live and hearing the iconic Living Tombstones Five Nights at Freddy's song in the credits, got me pretty emotional. Anyways guys, thank you guys for watching the video, and if you've seen the movie, please let me know what you thought about it in the comments. My name is Nathan Saavedra, and I'll see you guys next time.